How do we scale our biology? How do we use our biology and leverage it for our benefit? Well, here's a piece of our biology. This is just who we are as people, is we create narratives. When we experience things, we create stories behind them. All right. And I know people, no, I don't do that. Be real with yourself. If something takes place and there's a gray area or a void of communication, the first thing we do is we go in and we go, oh man, this person did this, because this, without ever talking to them, right? We're driving down the road and somebody doesn't turn their blinker on and just merges over. And we immediately start driving narrative. This person is this, they're not a good driver. And they're probably worse things than that. But we drive this narrative, not really knowing that, hey, maybe they just didn't see you, all right? Maybe they've had a bad morning, they were distracted or something. Maybe they just got a phone call that a loved one was in the hospital and now they're merging over to get off the highway to go see their loved one, right? Like there is a story there, but we drive a narrative. And what I want you to understand and why I'm giving this example is that your mindset sets the narrative. Your mindset a lot of times sets that narrative. And so if you have a specific mindset, especially around experiences that you have, and we're going to talk through some specific experiences or some specific things when it comes to experiences, but if you have this view or this default narrative, all right, that this happened to me, that things aren't fair, that, I don't like when this happens, or when they say this, when we start driving that narrative, understand that that's performance diminishing, that does not put you in the greatest place of potential. That removes the autonomy or your control of the situation and puts it in other people's hands. And if you want to be at your best, a critical piece of being in the flow state, of peak performance, of motivation, is you have to have autonomy. You need to have a sense that you're in control of this, all right? And so understand, going back, that your view of this, the way you view the things in your experiences, is the kickstart, is the foundation to the narrative that you end up driving. And so I want you to reflect right now, what is the narrative you're driving around an area in your life, an area in your athletic performance, in an area of, maybe you competing, whatever it may be. Maybe there's a narrative there. Maybe you've kept hitting this wall and the narrative you're telling yourself just keeps pushing you into that wall, keeps driving you into that wall, keeps removing the autonomy and just building this huge wall in front of you that you've gotten to the point that you said, man, I just don't know what's next. I just don't know if I can do that anymore. All right. Understand that it's your mindset and your view of that experience that's driving the narrative. All right. And so what we want to do is we want to develop a mindset. We want to be able to develop a view of our experiences that are factually based, that can right size these things and can make them just manageable. All right. It's okay if it appears to be a little scary. It's okay if it appears to be to us like, oh, man, this is going to be tough. That's fine. But we need to be able to really chunk that out and say, hey, man, this wall from this view is way too big. It seems like it's unmanageable. What can I do to step back, make it manageable? And what is the thing within my control that I can take action on? All right.